My nose has been violated.
So
Oh, bye.
All right, welcome. Yeah, I was recording all that. Welcome back to Dad and Company Pod, episode 15 this time. I can't believe it's been 15 episodes. Wow.
Would you look at that?
Anyway, so this week, we just had family dinner. I'm sitting down with my oldest daughter, Emily.
Howdy.
And Jacob.
Actually, incorrect.
And this is Caleb, my daughter's boyfriend. So, Caleb, say hi.
Hello.
That was deep and sultry. All right. What do you guys want to talk about? Not everybody at once.
So I just recently quit McDonald's. I started a new job.
Bye.
You worked at McDonald's.
Bye, bitch.
Bye, Felicia.
Anyway, what?
But you worked at McDonald's a very long time ago because you're very old.
I'm very old.
That's an unnecessary shot, I think, you just took at me. No matter how true it may be. Yeah, Jaden just called me old on the way here. I picked him up and he was like, dude, I can't believe you're almost 40. You're so old. And I'm like, fuck you, idiot. Get out, walk.
Once you hit
Thank you.
double digits a third time, those comments just keep coming.
It happens. Like, no matter how much I try, I cannot stop time from passing.
Hey, listen, at least it's not like my mom. She's not even 45 yet, and I keep making 50-year-old jokes towards her, so.
Wow.
Well, she's going to smack you for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but by then, there won't be any power behind it.
Yeah, pretty much. She can't really run either because she's got metal rods in her back, but you know.
I can't really run either.
That's not because of metal rods.
No. It's because I'm lazy.
Granny got arthritis.
Granny's got arthritis.
No, you keep going. I don't care. I'm just sitting over here. I'm just here for the ride. So by all means.
But I just wanted to know if, like, compare stories, because we both work at McDonald's.
McDonald's?
This guy over here also works at McDonald's. Yeah. You're over there. Like, all of a sudden, we walked into the fucking tavern of Hearthstone.
Just the tavern version of fucking McDonald's.
Oh, beep beep. I should turn that phone down because football's on and it's gonna ding ding a lot.
Is this do we have to
Football.
do we have to watch curse words?
No, absolutely not.
I didn't know.
Obviously, he listens to my podcast episodes. Thank you for supporting me, by the way.
We were talking about the last one, and he was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to watch it. Like, you know I do. I watch the episodes. And then, like, 3 days later, he was like, he asked me a question about the podcast. And I said, well, if you had watched it, you would know, because he explains this very topic. He actually talks about that.
True.
Ridiculous.
My bad.
It's okay, man. Don't worry about it. So what are you wanting to know? You want to compare my story to your story?
Not, like, the quitting. I don't know how much McDonald's has changed in...
A lot.
10 years?
10
How long ago did you work at McDonald's?
10 years? Let's see.
Numbers are hard.
I've been working at Northrop for 5. I worked at Texas Roadhouse for 3-ish, 3 or 4. I worked at Applebee's for like 5, so it's been almost 15 years.
Dang, man, you've been around a food block.
I have. It is.
Every time we go out to a fancy restaurant, we sit down and I go, you know, my dad used to work here. No matter what restaurant it is.
You know, Wendy's, Taco Bell, all the fancy places.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to put it out, I've never worked at a fancy place before.
I mean, Applebee's.
Applebee's is somewhat fancy.
We're from Southeast Ohio, okay? Applebee's is about the fanciest
All
we
right,
get.
you got me. You got me. That song has creeped way too far into your life. If you think Applebee's is fucking fancy.
I love that song, to be honest.
There's a reason why 900 billion people listen to it. I made that number up. It's not even a real number.
It's actually 8 billion. Thank you.
I don't even
I
think,
stand corrected.
Does Applebee's even have an Oreo shake like it says in the song?
Yeah, they absolutely do. So I don't know how much McDonald's has changed from a logistics and internal processing company because I don't work at McDonald's anymore.
Thankfully.
That is true. Yes. Nothing against McDonald's, but I would have to climb very high in that company to make what I make now. So
This upcoming January will be my 3 years there.
nice. 3 years. Hells yeah.
About a year, I'd say, as a manager. Maybe a little less.
When you became a manager, I was up in New York when they told you you were actually getting that position. So, not this past. Yeah, about a year.
About a year. That's what I figured.
You could just say a year and I wouldn't know any different. So you could just made it up. I've been a manager for 15 years. 7 decades I've been there. I was at the original McDonald's location.
Well, all they had was a hamburger.
3 cents a hamburger and you got onions and you liked it.
I like that.
Did you see that they actually just had the new slushy machine put in?
I don't know what.
The
Nope.
lobby is completely different from
Yeah.
what I've seen.
Wow.
And it's not like we have our regular slushies that we get seasonally, and then now we just have like the frozen Coke machine, like the same type of ones you can get at like Speedway, Burger King, that kind of thing.
I do like frozen Cokes.
It's frozen Coke, frozen blue raspberry Fanta, and then wild cherry Fanta.
So like the classic 3.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Never a big blue raspberry Fanta fan.
Can't forget the adult Happy Meals.
Yeah, what was that? I don't understand that. Why does it look so weird? Why does it look like...
Have you seen the toys from it?
Look, here was my first exposure to this. I was sitting in a McDonald's drive-thru, not even lying, for like 17 minutes. Yeah, in the drive-thru. So I pulled up Twitter to complain about it.
Make a tweet
As you do.
as normal people do, of course. And I hit at McDonald's and then I went to it just to make sure it wasn't a fake account. I was like, what is all this fucking double-eyed bullshit? Like, what is this?
I don't know why
fucking
they have
thing?
2 eyes.
I don't understand
know.
it. So I deleted my tweet and blocked it because I thought it was
The cursed image.
I thought it was a fake account. And then I figured out the other day, like, nope, this is legitimately a fucking marketing thing.
For some reason, the box that it gets put in looks like some kind of...
I don't think this will show you the actual picture.
Looks like some... like 10-year-old designed and like colored on the side of this, and like they gave them certain things that they had to trademark, like the ba-da-ba-ba or the, you know, McDonald's or whatever, but then it just looks like a bunch of like colored
I'm gonna die.
Don't.
Go ahead, keep going.
it looks like a bunch of different colored just scribbles.
Still alive.
That I'm very, very glad you're still alive.
I'm glad you said you're glad. She just laughed.
Okay, actually, I said don't. So let's not overlook that comment. I told you not to die.
While
Are you
laughing.
just
You know,
supposed to expect him to stop just in the middle of coughing?
I mean, he did,
Hey,
didn't he?
stop. Okay.
He did
Anyway, you're talking about trademarks?
Just that the box looks like a 10-year-old colored on all different sides of it. That's what it looks like.
stop.
I didn't think it was a very good marketing.
When you
whatever
pull up
the
the
hell.
app, it's called the Cactus Plant Flea Market.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't understand what it is. I'm sure there's probably a story behind it.
McDonald's hasn't released it yet.
At
I
all?
don't think so.
Anything to do with like the story itself?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Like Ray Kroc back in 37 or whenever. I don't know.
Because I feel like if there was a story, you at least would have heard about it. Heard about something. With you being a manager at the company.
Joke's on you. They don't give a shit about people in Ohio.
You right.
You right?
It's actually just blocked in Ohio. Solely Ohio.
That noise was me turning on the fan because it's hot as fuck in here.
It's starting to get a little steamy.
Anyway, what else? What do we got? Talked about McDonald's.
I just started at UDA. It's not bad.
Oh, yeah, because I was yelling at you for quitting. You didn't have a...
I
didn't officially have a job yet.
I had nothing. I knew
Ballsy.
UDF was
It was okay.
stupid. Because my best friend works there, and all the people know me because I'm in there all the time, picking her up, dropping her off, going getting ice cream, whatever. So we pretty much knew if I applied, I'd have the job.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah. So I had something. It just wasn't concrete. I put in my application the night I decided to quit, and then the following day put in my 2 weeks at McDonald's.
Cool. So there really wasn't a dip in...
I mean,
Dip in.
Dippin' Dots. What
So
are those little
I-
circular ice creams? I want a Dippin' Dot.
I put
You were
in
trying
my
to
2
say, but you
weeks.
keep getting interrupted?
It happens a lot. That's all right. I
You
looked
have
at
the
you
floor.
and
You have the
completely
floor.
lost
I don't
my
know why
train
you
of thought.
stopped.
We made eye contact and the thought was gone. I don't
That's
know.
Awesome. I was talking about, like, the lull in between jobs.
Yeah. I put in my 2 weeks at McDonald's, and when I put in my 2 weeks, I pulled one of the managers aside. We call her Grandma. I pulled Grandma aside, and we talked about it, and she was like, well, before I put it in the group chat to tell all the other managers, before I...
Jesus. Bless you, whoever that was.
You all right?
That was a ghost.
Alrighty then.
What's up, Beebs? We're recording a podcast. Say something loud enough before we can hear you. No. Okay.
No.
Refused. All right.
Hashtag no comment.
Anyway,
Brown.
Hashtag ghosted.
Hash brown ghosted. Get it? She's dressed like her Halloween costume right now. It's a ghost.
Haha.
Well, we know that, but the people listening don't have any
You said
context
it's a ghost.
on what we were talking about. So, anyway, what were you saying? Again,
she said-
when you keep getting interrupted?
I will not lose this train of thought this time.
All right, I'm backing away.
She was like, okay, I'm not going to tell any of the other managers. I want you to talk to your general manager first to try and see if we could work something out where I wouldn't have to quit. I said, okay, that's fine, whatever, thinking she would still say something, but she wouldn't, like, officially announce it. A couple of days pass, because our general manager was out doing something with his family, I don't know. And by the time he's in there, so is the owner. The owner's going around, and when I put in my 2 weeks, I was in the middle of moving up into the first step into management,
Okay.
which is a leader. I was going to be a team leader, crew leader, whatever they're called. I was going to be a leader. And he pulls me aside for a second, and the owner tells me, oh, I haven't forgotten about you. Like, I'm still going to get to your promotion. And I was like, oh, I thought they would have told you. I actually put in my 2 weeks. I'm quitting. And he went quiet for a second, and he was like, all right, when did this happen? I said a couple days ago. They pulled the general manager into the office. They were there for, 10 minutes? You were there that day.
Probably, like, busy doing stuff, though.
Well, yeah. Busy trying to figure something out. Walks back out. They pull me into the, what's it called? The lobby. The place where people lob. Pull me into the lobby, and the owner basically says, well, there's nothing more that I can do for you then. Like, have a good day, shakes my hand, whatever.
Bye, Felicia.
So I expected my last day to be, like, the next Saturday.
Yep.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. As a professional organization normally would do.
Yeah. General manager pulls me into the office, gives me a bunch of options. I can change your schedule. We can do this. And I'm like, nope, I just want to go. I just want to leave. He goes, okay. Well, because this is having such an effect on you, we can make it so that your last day is this Sunday.
Bye. You're
And
like,
I
all
said,
right,
would
fuck you
I-
guys, I'm out of here.
I was like, well, would I still be available for rehire in the future? And he goes, yeah, not a problem because this is a mutual agreement. All right, awesome. The next day comes. The owner walks in, wants to talk to me again. I said, okay, sure. He says, I've got like all the paperwork here you need to sign. I would be okay if today was your last day, and I'll pay you till Sunday.
Man,
I
what did you
said,
do to these people?
I don't
Jesus.
know.
They're like, all right, we know what your last name is. GTFOH. We'll pay to have you go away.
I did.
You
Like, that was,
basically
like, 4
had
days.
a contract that got bought out.
4 days I did not go into work, but I still got paid full hours for.
Cool. Fuck it.
which was already more than they would get if she was there.
Yeah, because we used to leave early.
Cool.
They'd
There you
leave
go.
There was
half hour.
about, I'd say, a week and a half to 2 weeks where I wasn't making money at all, which really sucked. But I was cooking, cleaning around the house, doing whatever I could. And then
Clearing
I got
out
hired.
all the cups in the fridge.
Yes, those are gone. Instead of in the fridge, they are all now in the sink. I need to take care of that when we get home.
There you go. Well, what are you guys doing for Halloween?
No idea. Depends on if we work or not.
I want to dress up if I go to work, though. I don't know what as, though.
I used to dress up back in the day.
As ICP.
Oh God, that was that was when I was a child. I mean, a long time
Or
ago.
when you were Lammy.
That is terrifying. Homemade
This
costume.
is one of my favorite photos I have.
Was it the one where I'm behind? Oh God, that is
The
terrible.
one where you're behind. Let's put some context after that, please. What are you talking about?
Okay, do you know who Doc McStuffins is?
Yes.
Okay, JC dressed up as Doc McStuffins one year and wanted me to go as Lammy.
Okay.
So I went as Lammy.
Okay.
The most thrown together, terrifying looking costume of Lammy you've ever seen. I painted my face white, my little pink nose, and I had a tutu on, and it was terrifying. But I fucking did that. It was awesome.
There you go.
Terrifying,
But awesome.
but awesome.
But there's a picture where he's standing. It's from here to here. He's standing
Here to
behind
here
me,
doesn't work
here to
on an
here.
audio
Here to
medium.
here.
All right.
So my bust basically
Yeah.
waist up. Okay.
I was in front. He was in the back, and I'm smiling at the camera, completely oblivious, and he's just behind me, just smiling away.
Just lurking. Yeah, it was hilarious.
I
Weird
didn't know about
picture.
this photo till after, we got done trick or treating and everything.
This year though, I'm being Jim Hopper. I got my shirt and my hat.
Who's that?
You don't watch Stranger Things? Oh,
I refuse to.
why?
Because now it's a media hype thing, and I refuse to do it.
Because he's so different.
I'm literally
He has
just
to be-
boycotting it
He
because
has to be the different one.
because it's such a media hype, everybody watches it kind of thing.
He's not like other boys.
You're too cool for school?
I didn't say I was
You're that-
too cool
you're
for
that-
it.
you're that
I'm not
person?
saying that. I'm just
That person? You know what? It's so good, everybody likes it. Fuck it, I'm not watching it. Fuck
pretty
that
much.
show.
I mean, back when the first season, about the time of the whole first season was done, I tried to watch the first episode and just couldn't get into it. Haven't watched it since.
Fair enough. I didn't realize I was talking to a Stranger Things hipster. My bad. It's fine. I didn't watch it for a long time either, but just because when it comes to watching things, I'm super lazy about it. Yeah, I'm that was great. I watched the first half of the first season. It was awesome. I loved it.
I love that.
Probably not going to touch this for a decade.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I did with The Flash. I watched the first season and half of the second one. I was like, oh, all right, back to YouTube.
So she barely gets some of the references that I make sometimes.
I watched, I think, the first 4 seasons of it. Just haven't got back to it. I don't know. It's not a I don't like it thing, but now Marvel's releasing a bunch of shit, and I have to pick one universe, guys. I can't.
The Flash is doing its last season.
Finally? Jesus.
They're not getting canceled or anything. They're just doing their last season, and then that's it.
Good. Yeah, I can't do the DC universe. I gave up on Star Wars. I don't have enough time for that. Basically, I picked Marvel and stuck with it.
Marvel's a pretty good series. Good series of movies and TV shows.
Agreed. Did you see the new trailer for Wakanda Forever?
I don't think so.
What?
I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh my god, it's amazing. So now I'm not gonna say anything about it. But yeah, you should watch it. It's awesome. You get a full shot of Black Panther.
Oh?
Or the new one.
It's a full like body pan.
Ooh.
It's awesome.
A lot of people think it's gonna be Shuri.
Yes.
It definitely looks like it's going to be Shuri, but I have
Doubts?
not doubts, but I have a different theory. I think it's going to be Shuri at the end of the movie. And I think multiple people are going to end up wearing the outfit through the movie. You know, like Okoye will probably end up wearing it. Or what I would love to happen is Shuri wears it, Okoye wears it, M'Baku wears it, and then at the end, Killmonger comes back.
Oh God.
Oh, dude, he was so awesome.
Wasn't his suit like black and gold?
Yeah, but he could wear the newer one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And say, did the trailer explain at all how they're gonna?
No, the trailer didn't explain anything.
It was like how they're gonna say how he died or
I was
anything.
gonna say, how do you think that movie's gonna handle him not being in it? His passing.
How do I think they're going to handle it, or like what events do I think they're going to address that lead up to it? Those are two different.
How do you think the movie is going to address it?
Like explain
Yes.
his death? I don't know.
Because the last Marvel thing he was in was Civil War,
Civil War, yeah.
right? That was the last thing he
was in
fully seen in.
No.
the Infinity War.
Yeah, he was in.
Infinity. Yeah, yeah.
I was
and
like
then
Civil
Endgame.
War. No, that was.
And then Endgame. Yeah.
Yeah. He was definitely in Endgame. That was the last one he was in. But I don't.
Was his line the "Come now, this is no place to die"? Was that
Yeah.
him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is no place to die.
Have you been watching She-Hulk?
Yeah. They'll. Have you seen the latest episode?
just watched the
Oh
last one
my
yesterday.
god, it was fucking crazy. I loved all of it. Oh my god, which made me wonder why last week's not like the one that just aired, this latest one, but the one before that, Namaste. Oh my god, it was so fucking boring. I was like, what is this? We're not gonna go off the rails now, are we? Nope. Now they're tying it into. She lost control at the end of the last episode. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
I think it was the comparison of like being all the way out there, getting in touch with herself basically, and then at the end of it, just made her absolutely explode.
Yeah.
Not literally.
Yeah, no control. Like, now everybody's bearing down. And I thought it was really, really interesting that they brought up the Sokovia Accords. And then there is a possibility that they are sprinkling in, because it's Marvel, they are sprinkling in Secret War, not Secret Wars, but the mutant.
The Kang Secret Invasion.
No, the mutant, the Identity Wars, whatever it is. Like, do you have to release your identity as a mutant, or do you not? So, because the back and forth that Jennifer Walters and Matt Murdock had in the courtroom, spoiler alert, Daredevil's in it.
Matt Murdock.
Dude, that was fucking amazing. Oh, that just the whole episode was just like one after another, after another. Just.
But I thought it was kind of. All the Daredevil fans had to have been upset when they were like fighting, and then she just picks him up and pulls the mask off, just like that.
Yeah, I mean,
like it made him seem like weak and whatever. But I mean, she is like an 8 foot tall fucking.
Yeah, but the problem is that's all it takes is like for her to have a hold of him.
Tweaks.
That's it.
Yeah.
He can't do anything.
He can flip as many times as you want to get out of the way, but as soon as she catches it.
Yeah. He was like, you did a great job destroying the parking lot. Or no, he said, have you ever destroyed a parking lot before? She was like, oh yeah, I should probably leave a note.
But one thing that I really liked that they did is at the end when she like ran out of the gala and was upset, you could actually hear the known Hulk roars or like the voice, and you knew that she lost control.
Yeah, that's what I liked. And I think that they did a very, very good job on the CGI. I know everyone's been bitching about the CGI, but like the close-ups of like the top quadrant of her face, where it was like it was going a little more green, and it would like subside back, and then it ended up just going like full green. Was great representation of what they were trying to capture in that moment, and I loved every second of it. And now I can't wait for the last episode.
I don't know how do you feel about her being able to talk to the audience the same way Deadpool can?
The fourth wall breaks?
Yeah.
I love them.
I didn't know She-Hulk could do that.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Wasn't
yeah.
that in like the first trailer?
Oh, yeah.
Because she's sitting there in the whatever, and she goes, and looks back, and someone's like, "Who are you talking to?"
I don't think they ever recognize it.
The only time during the run of the show it's been remotely recognized was in the very first episode when she's on the island with Bruce. She says something and Bruce like whips back and looks past. I think if I remember it right, he looks past her and almost like at us, but then doesn't say anything, doesn't like make any more motions. So yeah, I think it's awesome.
Speaking of him, where he went like on the spaceship and was traveling somewhere, I read some things on Instagram that a lot of people think that he's going to like another planet and they're gonna start up the like Hulk World at War or whatever.
World Hulk.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's gonna be a
yes.
bunch of different Hulks, and that's the opportunity to bring back the old actor as
Lou
the Hulk.
Ferrigno?
Huh?
Wait, which one? Are you talking about?
The Incredible Hulk movie actor?
Yes.
Like the
Edward Norton. Got it.
Yes,
Jesus,
I was
why
thinking
not?
like Norton, but I didn't know if that was right
I
or not.
blanked out because there's Eric Bana, there's Lou Ferrigno, there's Ed Norton, and there's Mark Ruffalo.
Damn.
Which I think was going to be, this was the plan all along.
Mm-hmm.
And this was going to be when General Ross, do you remember who General Ross is? I think that's when he was going to be introduced as
The Red Hulk.
the Red Hulk, yes. But obviously can't do that now.
Yeah.
Rip.
The poor dude died.
We're still getting the
R.I.P.
Thunderbolts, though.
Oh yeah.
Which surprised me that Bucky was in there.
Yeah, I didn't understand that one.
But hey, anything Bucky's in, I'm down for.
Oh yeah. I really enjoyed Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I
was a good
did.
series.
The only problem is during that era of Disney Plus, you're talking Falcon, Winter Soldier, and then Loki and WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
And I think out of those three, it's my least favorite.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
compared to those three, yes, it was the least liked.
But I still love WandaVision, and Loki obviously has its place. It's gonna stand as like a huge turning point in the MCU lore story. Mm-hmm. And because it's what opened up the multiverse officially.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? What are those? Oh, paperweights. We use them as paperweights.
Like, oh shit.
You could just like see his world crash.
Yeah. But hey, we'll see more in season 2 that's coming out.
Do you think that they're gonna keep Loki on the outside, like in the TVA and stuff like that, or do you think that they're gonna bring him to the Earth or like the reality, whatever it is that Marvel's in? Do you think he's eventually gonna come back?
That's a good question. I hope that they do. I hope that they bring him back, but I mean, I just think that Loki, the series, is so important to the fabric of
This next era.
the MCU.
Yeah.
We'll find out in Quantumania, like,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
because maybe he might show up in Quantumania a little bit as an ancillary character, but obviously Kang's in there, and that's going to be another big step.
I seen a picture that showed, like, I think it was like a freeze frame of when
Freeze frame.
of when they went into the quantum realm. And I'm pretty sure it showed the bubble of the TVA in there.
You think it was the TVA in
I
there?
think so, because they've showed
I
like
don't think that was Kang's. He has a city in the quantum realm
Does he?
Was that a screenshot from a previous movie?
Yes, I think it was.
Went through
That was Wasp, right?
Did you
Ant-Man
go
and
through
the
that
Wasp,
movie
yeah.
and like frame by frame?
I did. She remembers
How-
that. I did.
of course.
Because we were watching it and I was like, what? What was that? And everyone was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, rewind it.
And frame
step by step.
frame.
And you see in that whole thing, I saw the Wasp Janet Van Dyne was in there. Like they show an outline of her. So I knew she was coming back. And then you see that city, which it could be the TVA. It could be Kang's city. Man, I forget what that's called now.
Kangatropolis.
Kang, it's something-opolis, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it could be that also. Or it could be something completely unrelated that we don't know about yet.
Do you think that's what our Loki came back to when he got thrown back into a random TVA? Because, I mean, it showed the statue of Kang. So do you think maybe he got thrown into the version of the TVA, which was
That's
turned into the city?
That's
in the city, yeah.
I didn't even think about it. That is a very good possibility. Yeah.
Because, I mean, he looks up in the middle and you just big old statue.
Kang's.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely, that's a possibility. That would be a good. And then he has to get out, or now they know that they can travel into the quantum realm back and forth, collecting the quantum particles. God damn it, I don't
Pim
remember.
particles.
No, the energy that they collect inside of the quantum realm that Scott collects. That's where he was collecting.
Yeah. And then
at
it got
the
stuck.
end of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they all got blipped.
The biggest thing we got to talk about with Marvel that is going to come out in 2024 is the new Deadpool movie.
Oh, God.
I'm so excited.
They dropped that, and I was like, oh, I'm going to watch this. And then, obviously, Ryan Reynolds was like, it's got to be, you got to do it justice. And I'm an idiot. I don't fucking know what I'm doing. But
You want to play Wolverine one more time? Sure, Ryan.
Sure, Ryan. I was like, oh, yeah. Jaden and I were like yelling, like, holy shit.
You know, if you think about it, at the end of Deadpool 2, when he's like traveling through time and fixing different things, he walks up, shoots his like other self
from
basically.
Wolverine.
Yeah, from X-Men, yeah. And he's like, you're going to hang up the claws, but your old pal Wade's going to ask you to do it again.
One more time.
One more time.
Gonna need you to say yes. And he was like, all right. Oh, God, it's so good.
And then they did the like comic accurate, iconic, where like he stabs him and then, you know, he shoots him or whatever.
Yep.
Like that look.
So happy about it.
I think it's going to be cool.
And then I like the emblem when it comes up, the Deadpool emblem, and then
Slash through
the
it.
slashes for the 3. Did you see in the latest She-Hulk episode that... Let's go back to this, because this lady, I am starting to be suspicious of her, Nikki. I am starting to
The
be...
assistant?
Yes. Something about her is off. I can tell it. And I'm going to be completely wrong, and I don't give a shit. But I don't know. She's a little too nice.
She seems a little too ditzy, too innocent to be...
I don't know. There's something
Something there.
that doesn't happen in Marvel.
Yeah.
There's something weird going
You
on
don't just
there.
have a...
But I mean,
person.
it also might be them knowing, like, hey, we don't do this often. Usually characters that are too happy, whatever.
And they're
usually
doing
the
this
bad
just so
guys.
I will have this conversation.
Yeah.
You sons of bitch.
'Cause
Kevin Feige, you son of a bitch.
Because that's what I would think about, like, it's not Marvel, but the newest Harry Potter movie that came out. It's not exactly new anymore, but The Crimes of Grindelwald. There was a character in there, and she was real happy, real ditzy, whatever. And I thought she was going to stab him all in the ass, and she didn't.
Specifically in the ass.
Yes.
Never heard
she's
it
real
said
short.
that way. I guess that is technically on your back side. So, yeah, I don't know
So
much
it
about
could
the
be
Harry
just
Potter
like a red
universe.
herring.
That's true. They could just be getting me. And I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. You can't stop me. She's going to be Mephisto.
She's going to be Mephisto.
Oh my god, the age-old...
I can't help it. I want to see him.
Mephisto.
I want to see
You've
him.
been saying Mephisto's going to be in the next movie.
And
for
I'll
like
eventually
6
be
months
right,
now.
goddammit, in 2045 when they run out of people
You there with your
Mephisto's
walker?
actually going to
It's
show
gonna
up
be
at the end of Kang Dynasty, and like he's going to start the new era of all the Marvel movies.
I fucking hope so. Anyway, when Jennifer Walters was getting ready for the gala, and she like comes around to the side and she's like, "Hey, we're ready," and she has 3 paintbrushes in each one of her hands. She comes out. I was like,
Oh, Nikki, when she has the paintbrushes? Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, that's a nod to Wolverine.
Oh, yeah.
Or she's gonna be Lady Deathstrike.
Oh. Could be a possibility.
Probably not.
Do you think Hugh Jackman, when he was like, "Nope, Logan's the end. That's it. I'm done," that he knew that here in a few years,
No.
Marvel would be like, "Hey,
I think that he was.
let's go."
I think that he was sincere, and he actually was like, I don't know if I could do this anymore.
And then Ryan Reynolds texted him, and he was like,
my
"Oh,
phone is listening
damn.
to everything that I say. I
Not the government.
think
No, it's
that
not your phone, it's
he
Kevin
was
Feige.
sincere, and it's just going on and on.
Kevin Feige knows you said his name."
Oh shit! No, I'm sorry, Kevin Feige. Don't.
Actually,
Marvel
every-
Studios,
not-
open up.
Every time he hears you specifically say his name, he pushes Mephisto back a movie or two.
He's like, all right, son of a bitch. I'll show you. You know, he makes a phone call. Sorry, guys. And there's these people inside of makeup trucks and like, another year. Fuck.
Get out of here. You're not being hired
As I'm
yet.
packing it up and going home. See you guys on the Rings of Power set.
Speaking of that kind of stuff, they said that the rings from
Shang-Chi.
and the gauntlet from, or the bracelet from
Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel are going to be pivotal things to the series the same way that the stones were to the Infinity Saga. So
Absolutely. Because we still don't know who it called or what it called
Nope.
or what signal it
I
sent
mean,
out.
the rings at the,
The
end
rings
of it.
at the end of Shang-Chi, yeah.
I mean, it was enough
Sean,
for
Shang.
it was enough for
Your name
Wong
was Shang,
to
and you
detect
changed it to Sean.
Oh,
Wow.
and you're wondering why they found you.
Wow, look at that.
Wow.
The last time we had an object calling someone, it ended up being Captain Marvel.
Yeah, but we knew it was
yeah.
calling Captain Marvel, though.
That was like a emergency thing given to Nick
Maybe-
Fury. Like,
Well,
Maybe
maybe
the
this is
rings are calling Mephisto. Maybe that's how
or
it's all going to be brought in.
calling Galactus.
Galactus?
oh, they haven't touched anything on that yet.
Nope. Silver Surfer, Galactus.
Well,
Speaking of
Silver
big-
Surfer was in that one Fantastic Four movie, but that's not tied to Marvel, or
Right.
at least not the Marvel. You know,
No, not yet.
not yet.
I mean, wasn't the one dude in Multiverse of Madness Reed Richards?
Yes.
Yes, but that
That was
is-
John Krasinski. Yes.
But that's a whole different universe.
That's,
That
yeah, that was 616. Was that
616?
616?
I think.
Or was that
isn't-
89999?
I thought 616 was what the Marvel universe is in.
I think you're right. I'm pretty sure you're right. Anyway, yes, that was a different universe. That's everybody was introduced there. That's how technically
Everyone
well,
was introduced, and then everyone was killed.
I was gonna say that's how the mutants were introduced, but that's not true. The mutants were introduced in Miss Marvel, not the mutants, but mutant. The word mutant was said.
Ninja Turtle?
Mutation. Because
I mean, wouldn't the first, like, is the Hulk not considered a mutation? Or is he not, like, a mutant?
I mean, it technically
So haven't mutants been there the whole time?
not the terminology mutants. They weren't allowed to use that
Because I
terminology.
think mutants are like humans with powers.
Born that way.
Born with powers, yeah. Hulk or Bruce Banner, that was done to him by gamma radiation, so he's not technically a mutant.
Well, I guess technically, by that logic, though, the Fantastic Four wouldn't be mutants. But to be fair, they haven't been dimed mutants.
No, because that was done to them like in space or
Yeah.
however they whatever story they decided to go with.
Right. Yes. So, I think that they might be dubbing mutants as genetically born, like born with the X gene, quote unquote, the X gene.
Like America? Would she be considered a mutant?
America
Born with
Chavez?
her-
Chavez, yes.
I would assume so, yeah, because she
Yeah.
was, yeah.
And then the twins, if they were born that way, from WandaVision, if they were born that way.
Oh, yeah. Can we talk about the realism about like having to do with that for a second? How did a robot and a witch make kids?
That's the thing. So
They might not have at all.
Nor in the comic books, most of the time she manifests her children.
Yeah.
Just as she did, because they went away with Westview. Quote unquote went away.
But then in that other reality,
Correct.
that Wanda had her kids.
Right.
But then Vision was nowhere to be seen.
Usually she either manifests them, or I'm going to say it again, Mephisto manifests them and sends them to her, like into her life somehow.
Yeah.
Because there is a version where they are his literal left and right arms. Like he takes his left and right arm, makes them into her twins, and sends them to her.
Do you think that they're going to do anything with the white Vision?
Though they
Vision?
have to.
Vision, sure.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
can't.
They can't just leave that thread hanging. All of us nerds would go crazy.
Not done anything with for a while, though.
Well, I don't think that we haven't entered a story in which it would be relevant yet.
Yeah.
You know, Marvel, like everything is meticulous. Mm-hmm. They literally hire people like me, but like all their information's correct to just track the continuity of. But I mean, every major franchise does that. J.R.R. Tolkien does that for the Game of Thrones / House of Dragons. Harry Potter does it. They like literally everybody who has a major universe, they all do it. So
You kind of have to with a universe that big.
yeah,
Gotta make sure it all makes sense.
Yeah, I can't wait. Watch the Wakanda Forever trailer. It's fucking
Absolutely.
amazing. I watched it. It's a 2-minute trailer, and I watched it for about 45 minutes.
I
I
could
watched-
have guessed that.
I watched it twice at 0.25 speed.
Oh, the little Easter eggs.
Yep, and I was like, pause. What's that symbol mean?
Pause?
Google. Pause. Yeah, pause like a fucking puppy paw. Yeah, fuck you guys. That's how I say it.
Pause.
We already covered the fact that I'm from Southeast Ohio, goddammit. You're lucky that's the only word.
Do you think Ohioans have an accent?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone has an accent to somebody else.
I think they have an Appalachian accent. Yes.
Appalachian.
Just like people from like
Jersey.
yeah, and or the Pittsburgh area. They have a Yinzer accent.
To touch on something else that hasn't been, I haven't seen anything about it in a while. Eternals.
What about it?
What do you think they're gonna like? I haven't seen anything about a sequel. I haven't seen anything about the characters. At the end,
Harry Styles.
here I shed
What?
whatever the big dude's name is.
Whatever.
The big celestial head?
Yes. No, the actual Celestial that they've been talking to through the entire movie comes and takes Cersei.
Airsham?
Yes, Arishem, that's his name. What do you think is going to happen with them? And are they ever going to get rid of the other Celestial that's just kind of popping out of the earth?
They did get rid of him.
Did they?
Yeah, she turned him into stone.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, at some point, somebody is going to come find that statue.
Yeah, but shit's already fucked around the earth. Like, it's just gonna become lore. They're just gonna be like,
That's
yep,
just it.
see that? People saved stuff, did things. I mean, people disappeared for 5 years. Like, shit's getting normalized. What are you doing, Winston?
Did you watch the Hawkeye series?
Yes.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool. That was like a down to earth kind of explained like a good bit of backstory from him that we hadn't seen in a while. Because I don't think there was ever really a main focus on Hawkeye.
No, that series was 100% not meant to be about Hawkeye. That was meant to be about Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop becoming Hawkeye, yeah, but
Correct. And reintroduce. Get up here. Get up here and lay down. Come on. Get up here. Stop click-clacking around. Get on the couch. Or just stare at me. Either one of those two options.
Bork.
Get up there. You're such an asshole. tricked
He's,
me.
he's like, I'll look at it for a second. And then
Jesus,
I'll
no, we're just gonna have to listen to him click clack around. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, Hawkeye. Well, and they also used it to reintroduce the Daredevil universe into the MCU because they used. Isn't that when they brought in Wilson Fisk?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This is one of my disappointing things in the Spider-Man movie because it took place around Christmas time and they were in the exact same place as the Hawkeye series.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see, well, not the Spider-Man movie because the Spider-Man movie came out first. And then,
What? No Way Home?
no, the other one.
Homecoming.
Right? I don't remember.
No Way Home was the one
Yeah.
where he was swinging past that big Christmas tree that you see in Hawkeye. Yeah.
Which it came out before Hawkeye, so I wanted to see in Hawkeye. I wanted to like
Just see him swing
something.
by.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just give me something. Come on, feed my ego a little bit. I'm not that important. Never mind. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I didn't mind the Hawkeye series. I took it for what it was. It was just entertaining. Yelena Belova, right?
Yelena.
Yelena, yeah,
Yeah, little Kate Bishop.
yeah. I'm like, why do you keep saying my name?
Get the Bishop.
She catches.
But I
was that
mean-
the hot sauce bottle or ketchup bottle. She's like, hello. Anyway,
That Hawkeye series showed, like, because when you see all these big movies like Avengers or, big name movies that they'll use all kinds of different things like artifacts or whatever that's come from them, and then after that you don't really know what happens to them.
yeah,
In Hawkeye, it shows how they were auctioning off whatever the main thing was. Wasn't it like a Wakandan spear or something like that?
yeah.
Something like that. And like how all these highest bidders can
Wait
buy
a minute.
it. And
Do you think that's where Todd bought some of his Wakanda memorabilia? So in the latest episode of She-Hulk, where he's like, "No, I collect a lot of." He's like, "I bought this for $1 million."
Oh, he showed the spear, like the
I
picture with the
wonder
spear.
if
Maybe
they were in the same auctions.
Maybe they were auctioning all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff off.
I want to go watch some of those episodes now and see if he's in like the background or something.
Could be, yeah.
Marvel would put him there.
That'd be sweet. That was fun. See, I told you we don't have to have a topic when we start. We'll meander
we just
about
keep going.
and get there. But yeah, we're at 47 minutes. You guys have anything else you want to talk about?
Can we talk about my favorite show Marvel has produced?
Sure.
Moon Knight.
That was really good.
That's a good one.
I loved Moon Knight because usually with the shows, I literally haven't finished any other Marvel show. I haven't.
What?
I'll admit it. I
You're
haven't finished
ridiculous.
a single one except Moon Knight.
Ridiculous.
Moon Knight was awesome, and it had what I think to be one of the biggest implications for the Marvel Universe, and that was all of the afterplanes being connected. Because
The
that's what they
Field
said.
of Reeds.
Yeah, the Field of Reeds, the Valhalla, the place that Thanos went.
The Soul Stone. Soul, whatever it was.
So I think that Moon Knight was really well done, and I loved that series.
Oscar Isaac is an amazing actor.
True, and he played 3 people in that show.
I just really hope they bring him back and it doesn't just die off like unconnected. Like I hope he comes back in
there's
like
a season
Secret
2.
Wars or something.
Yeah, they're
There's
making.
a
Nope.
season. Yes.
Nope. They
yes.
canceled that.
Did they?
Did they?
Yeah. That video where Oscar Isaac is on the boat talking to that fan or whatever.
that's
One of the
right.
producers put on like Instagram or Twitter or something like that. There is no plans at this time to do another season. That was debunked.
Where did you get that? Did you get it from Twitter or did you get it off like Instagram or something?
No, it was like on Twitter.
Wait, I want to know the difference. Whether he got it off Instagram or Twitter.
No,
what
because,
does that
because
matter?
there are some people who will post on Twitter like, oh, this happened, whether good or bad. And it's really they edited it.
Well, they do that just about everywhere. That's great.
But I mean, I looked it up one day too, and it said that the producer himself
Yep.
said,
There are currently no discussions about a potential season 2 for Moon Knight.
That's bullshit.
Looks like you gotta
Marvel,
watch it.
get your shit together.
I'm not saying it.
Kevin Feige.
I will.
Kevin Feige, get it together.
Yeah, Moon Knight was awesome. I loved it. It was pretty.
Because, what are they going to do with Jake Lockley? They can't just bring him in post-credit scene and leave it.
Kevin
did.
Feige can do whatever the fuck he wants to do.
That's true. And you know what? People will fucking watch it because that's what we do. Stop breaking my heart. When's the next one? Oh, jeez. So, yeah. Is that all you wanted to talk about Moon Knight? Now you're disappointed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch the other ones. They're all really good. Really good.
I think I have all of the Funko Pops from Moon Knight.
All.
I just got Amit. No, because I don't have the big one that you were going to buy me.
We was gonna get the statue of Khonshu.
The Jumbo Pop.
Can't you?
I want that one. And I figured out that there's a Funko Pop for the Great Protector from Shang-Chi. I want it too. Did you like Love and Thunder?
Yeah, I did. Again, thanks for listening to my podcasts. I
Okay.
talk about it extensively with Jaden on one of my podcasts.
Just because I listened to it doesn't mean I will
That
remember
he
it.
did. I remember that.
Yeah, from the one episode you've watched.
Listen.
Hey,
Actually, no.
It counted.
No, we
Count.
listened to that episode together. The only
Did we?
reason you listened to it is because I listened to it.
But-
yeah, because you were sitting on the bed and I was doing laundry.
but you did listen to it.
But I remembered it over you.
yeah.
Boo. Roasted. But I thought it was really cool how, like, at the end of the movie, they explain, like, where it came from, Love and Thunder. Like,
Yeah.
their names.
I'm interested to see what they do with Eternity moving forward.
Yeah.
I was just happy to see Heimdall again.
In Valhalla with Jane Foster.
But, yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for stopping by, having dinner, and talking to me for an hour. Almost an hour.
Woo.
Anytime, man.
Anytime?
Anytime.
Anytime.
Wow.
Yeah, see, you can't tell me anytime because I'll call you out. Because it's not anytime.
Okay, but can we...
Not be
just
late to
kill-
dinner next time?
No promises.
That we can try. We can try.
Can we talk about the fact that he texted you about being on your podcast like a month ago, maybe 2, and you never responded?
Yeah. And?
Why?
Get called out.
Bruh.
When's the last time you texted me? Did I respond?
Probably not.
This is a known thing.
You do not text
I will
people
read
back.
it and I'll be like, I will text you back in just a minute. And it will not happen.
ADHD just
No,
gone.
no.
Just doesn't. Nope. Oh, man, I almost made it through the episode without yawning. Fuck.
You've actually yawned like 3
It's
times.
actually just
Yeah,
why
but
I,
it's
why I
been
kept
covered up.
talking.
And I almost died earlier.
You did almost die.
All right,
Just
cool.
Don't, man.
And again, thanks for stopping by. To everybody listening, thank you for supporting constantly, sticking with us this far. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, rate, review, unsubscribe, resubscribe. Do that a few times. So maybe I can get 10 listeners this week. Woo! Woohoo! So, yep. As always, tell your friends, tell your family. And I don't give a shit if you tell your enemies as long as the word gets out there. Peace!